The Unsolved Files.
They were terrified, which is something that you can't really fake.
It got progressively more and more violent.
I don't know, were we all going to die?
Matches would settle out in the box. Bed would tip on their side.
Imagine being woken up in the middle of the night by loud knocking sounds, furniture sliding across the floor, and voices coming from the darkness of your room. Now imagine you're only 11 years old. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist, one of the most famous and controversial paranormal cases in history. It all began in August 1977, inside a modest council house at 284 Green Street in Enfield, North London. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother of 4, called the police in panic after her daughters claimed that chairs were moving on their own and strange knocking sounds were echoing through the walls.
I checked for wires under the cushion of the chair and I could find no explanation at all.
Why us? Why did it happen to us? Why were we the chosen ones?
This is the strangest, weirdest story that I've ever covered.
Just because the girls weren't actually caught red-handed in the act clearly doesn't rule out the possibility that they were down to hoaxes and trickery.
At first, it sounded impossible, but then something happened that changed everything. A police constable reportedly witnessed a chair wobble and slide across the floor by itself. Soon after, journalists, neighbors, paranormal investigators, and curious onlookers flooded the tiny house. Over the next 18 months, more than 30 witnesses claimed to see unexplained activity with their own eyes. Heavy furniture moved without warning. Toys were thrown across rooms. Beds shook violently in the middle of the night. And most disturbing of all, 11-year-old Janet Hodgson allegedly began speaking in a deep, growling voice that claimed to belong to a dead man named Bill Wilkins.
No
11-year-old girl could speak like that.
He didn't feel he was in control.
Recordings of the voice shocked the public. Some believed it was proof of possession. Others believed it was an elaborate hoax. The case quickly became front-page news across Britain. Newspapers like the Daily Mirror covered the haunting constantly, turning the Enfield house into a media circus. Two investigators from the Society for Psychical Research, Maurice Gross and Guy Lyon Playfair, became deeply involved in the case. Playfair later wrote a best-selling book titled This House is Haunted, insisting that while some incidents may have been faked by the children, many events simply could not be explained.
It started in the back bedroom. The chest of drawers started to shut. We could hear shuffling, and Mum came up the stairs.
She said, "No, I want you to pack it up and stop fighting. If I have any more of it, I'm going to separate you or something."
We told her what was going on, and she see it for herself. She see the chest of drawers moving.
And that's where the mystery deepens, because there was evidence of trickery. Janet was caught on camera bending spoons and allegedly attempting to fake paranormal activity. Investigators also discovered moments where the girls appeared to prank reporters for attention. Skeptics argued the entire haunting was nothing more than clever child behavior mixed with public hysteria. Famous paranormal critic Joe Nickell later stated that photographs of Janet levitating were likely just images of her jumping off the bed. Others suggested that the creepy voice was simply vocal manipulation and ventriloquism. But believers weren't convinced. Some witnesses insisted they saw impossible events happen when the children weren't even near the objects moving. Others claimed they heard knocking sounds coming from inside the walls themselves. Even decades later, the debate continues. Was this a genuine supernatural haunting? Or one of the greatest paranormal hoaxes ever created? The case became so legendary that it inspired books, documentaries, podcasts, and even the 2016 horror film The Conjuring 2, introducing the Enfield haunting to a whole new generation. But unlike Hollywood's dramatic version, the real Enfield case remains far more disturbing because nobody truly knows what happened inside that house. What makes the story so fascinating is the mixture of believable witnesses, emotional family trauma, media attention, and undeniable evidence of deception, all tangled together into one terrifying mystery. And perhaps that uncertainty is why the Enfield Poltergeist still haunts people today. Because sometimes the scariest stories are the ones we can't fully explain.
He came at the door. He said, "You all right, mate?" Because he was a big burly bloke. He used to be a builder. He weren't scared of nothing.
I went in there and I couldn't make out these noises. I went up the stairs and there was a knocking on the wall. There was a knocking in the bedroom. I passed into the next bedroom and this knocking followed me.
So, What do you think? Was the Enfield Poltergeist a real supernatural event, or an elaborate hoax created by two young girls? Let us know your theory in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Britain's most chilling paranormal mysteries, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more true horror and documentary content every week.